Hey, beautiful Facebook family, how are you? I hope this is live. It still says it is setting up. Hopefully it is live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, now I think I'm live. How are you, beautiful Facebook family? I hope you're having an amazing day. I am having an awesome day so far. Such a cool morning. I just got off of this morning a group coaching call with the Quantum Expansion Group, my 8-week group program, and such beautiful insights for the women that we're on. Like, it's so powerful doing these group sessions. Like, even when you're helping one person out, the other person is getting insights. I absolutely love it. I'm so excited about this group. I've never coached in this format before. This is the first time I've done a group program like this, and I'm teaching them all of the things that I go through with one-on-one clients, and it's so, so powerful. So I'm so excited. And then I got news that one of my beautiful clients just hit her 30K month, which is what she was manifesting this month. So I am so excited for her. It's like, and I'm talking to her this afternoon, so I'm super pumped for that, because when we first spoke 3 months ago, that was what she was wanting to manifest. She was somewhere between, you know, she that was her big goal. So excited that she's done it with a few days spare in the month. So super pumped for that. But today we are talking about how you are blocking your flow of abundance. And I've got a big list here. There's lots of ways that people block their flow of abundance. And this is the thing, is that everything is energy. Everything is energy. And it's your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings that create your reality. So what you believe about money and abundance, how you feel about it, that is literally what you're projecting out to the world, out to the universe, and that is what you are magnetic. That is what you are magnetizing back to you, right? And so when we talk about abundance, abundance can come in a lot of different forms, but I guess I'm going to focus on money abundance in this chat today. So when we talk about blocking your flow of abundance, right? Abundance is all around us. The universe is abundant. There is not a limited amount of money that could flow to you. It is just whether or not you allow into your life what you want. So if you desire to have 10K months, 20K months, 100K months, it is all available to you. It is all available to you. It's only your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, your vibration around it that cuts off the flow. If you have the desire for a 10K month, it is so available to you. You are not given a desire that the universe can't deliver. It is just not possible. Your inner being or your higher self, whatever you want to call it, if you have the desire for a 10K month, you have the ability to create it right now, right now. There is nothing outside of you need. But what does block the flow? So let's look at a few other things. A few other things are your core belief around money and abundance, whatever they are. So for example, if you, like me, grew up being taught that money is hard to make, you have to work hard to make money, then that could be one of the things that's blocking your flow of abundance now, right? So your core beliefs are like your subconscious programming, and that is what runs the show. That is what is influencing your behaviors and influencing your energy about things. So if you have core beliefs like money is hard to make, right? I'm not worthy of money. I can't be successful until. Like, literally one of the things that came up this morning on the group coaching call was one of the beautiful women in the group is recording some content for her clients. And it's draining a lot of her energy. It's taking a lot of her time because she keeps re-recording to make it perfect. So there's some underlying stories there about what it takes to be successful, or the level of perfection she needs to attain for it to be good enough to allow her to be abundant. Does that make sense? So it's those beliefs about it. You know, when you choose to release them, when you choose to know that you can be successful right now, you have everything inside you right now, you really let go and you shed those limitations that hold you back. So if there's any story that you're telling yourself, and look, I talk to a lot of new coaches, and so I've heard them all, right? I can't really start making money until I get this extra qualification. I can't start making money until I've finished my website. I can't start making money until I've got all my fancy branding done, or until I'm just getting like, I'm just building up my following before I start making money. All of those things are blocking the flow, right? All of those things are blocking the flow. If you have a desire to help and coach people now, if you have a if you have some talents and skills and energy that you can offer the world, then you can make money right now. You don't need another qualification. You don't need a website. You don't need a website at all to get started and make money, right? You don't have to have a group. You don't have to do any of these things. You don't even have to do fancy branding, right? You get to choose to show up as you and be abundant and have that flow of abundance coming in, right? So your beliefs around, like I said, the limitations you're putting on yourself, that I can't be successful until, or money is hard to make. So this is a big one too. When you feel that money is hard to make, you overwork. You get into this pattern of overworking. And it comes back, I guess, to also being to worthiness, which is another huge thing. Because if you feel that you have to work hard in order to be able to be successful, then whatever you do doesn't feel like enough. You always feel like you need to be doing more. And you feel like there's a certain level of work and energy and effort that has to be put in before you're allowed to sort of reap the rewards. Does that make sense? Like, it's almost this sense of, well, to get to like I spoke to one woman once who actually thought that getting to six figure income was going to mean she would have to sacrifice her family. Basically, she felt that she'd have to sacrifice time with her family, that she'd have to be working so many hours to be able to create that she actually felt like her family would fall apart if she got to six figures, right? Now, if that's not going to stop your flow of abundance, I don't know what will, right? Like, for most people, their family is one of their highest values. So if you actually hold a belief that by you achieving your goals, it's going to be detrimental to your family, then there is no part of your subconscious mind that will allow you to achieve it. Does that make sense? Like, for me, my belief is that the more money I earn, the more time I will have with my family. Because the more money I earn, the more I will employ other people to help me out, the more I can automate and scale things, right? So my belief is the opposite. My belief is the more money I earn, the less I will work, right? Because I know that I'll be able to impact more people. I know that I can scale. I know that I'll be able to get other people to support me. So my belief's the opposite. And so for me, I can go all in on allowing the flow of abundance, because I know that that will support me into helping more people and will actually give me more time with my family. I'm excited to take when we can travel. I would love to take the girls to like Italy for a few months and live there and work from there and do fun things like that, right? So your beliefs around hard work, what it takes to make money, the sacrifices you need to make, if you have a belief that I was born poor or I was born struggling and that's all I feel I'm capable of, then that is where you will stay. It's your beliefs that need to shift, right? It's your beliefs that need to shift, because your life is always a reflection of you. There is nothing else. Your life always reflects you. The universe isn't testing you, right, to see if you're worthy. You decide you're worthy, which kind of brings me to the next thing, right? So worthiness, knowing that you are worthy, right? There is nothing else you need to do. There is no other course you need to take. There is no, I need to lose 10 kilos before I can be worthy of success or anything like that. Like, one of the women I love, nothing to do with coaching or anything like that, Celeste Barber, Australian comedian. She is like hilarious, a squillionaire, right? Shows up in all of her radiant, like imperfect, normal self. And she is uber successful, right? And she actually flaunts her very normal body all over social media, and people love and adore her for that. So any stories that you feel you're not good enough because of, the way you look, or the way you think you sound, or any of that stuff, all of those stories of not being enough are cutting off your flow of abundance. You are enough right now for all of your desires. If you have the desire for it, you have the means, ability to create it, I promise. So any stories of I'm not enough, whatever they are, and they come in all sort of forms. Like I said, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not skilled enough, I don't have the experience or the confidence, or I don't like talking on camera. All of those stories, like, you need to let them all go, right? You need to let all of those go. Comparison, that's another massive one. Looking at someone else and comparing, which again is a not enough story. Looking at someone else, comparing yourself to them, and thinking I can only be successful when I'm more like her, when I have the same following she has, when I show up like her. One of my clients yesterday said that, one of the things, a story she'd been telling herself is, because I do quite a few trainings, that she feels to be successful, she needs to do trainings. And I know how she feels, because I felt the same with my coach. I'm like, maybe I need to show up more like her, right? So this is the thing, is that how I do things or how anyone else does things is not how you need to do things. And I'm sure you've heard the saying, comparison is the thief of all joy. Like, do not compare yourself. Do not compare yourself, your day one to someone else's like day 100, right? Everyone is on a different journey. Everyone gets to choose how they show up. Everyone gets to choose what success looks like to them. So stop comparing yourself, right? Stop comparing yourself to others. The more you tune into you and what feels good to you and what you love doing, the more things will flow and the more success will come so easily to you, right? That abundance, that flow will come when you show up as the truth of who you are and just love who you are strong in who you are, feel worthy for who you are. So let go of all those stories of comparison. And one tip is, if you're following people that don't make you feel amazing about yourself, unfollow them. Even if you're sort of following them for inspiration, if looking at their content makes you feel bad about yourself because you're comparing yourself, thinking that you're not good enough because you're not like them, unfollow them. It's not serving you, right? It is so not serving you. So just connect to yourself, connect to your truth, let go of all of that comparison. And one of the biggest things is the limitations about what feels normal to you and what you think you can have. So one of the big things to move through if you want to expand, if you want to have a quantum expansion, is to, and really all that is, right, all a quantum expansion is, or a quantum leap is making something that hasn't previously been normal to you seem normal. So if you've been going along and you've been doing 2-3K months as a coach, and you want to get to 10K months, but you think it's like 12 months away, it is bringing that desire close and just making that feel normal. And there are processes and things you can do to release resistance and line up with that, so you're in vibrational alignment with it. But when you make 10K feel normal to you, it will be yours. It's not like there's a list of, that's that self-imposed list of all the things you have to do before you're allowed to get to 10K. That's just all bullshit stories you're telling yourself. There is nothing you need to do. There is no boxes you need to tick. None of those, like I said, websites or funnels or groups or whatever, or branding. You don't need to do any of those things. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to make money as you are learning and growing yourself. You do not need to be perfect to help others. You do not need to be perfect to create abundance in your life. No one is perfect, right? And if you're a coach or a healer or some sort of service provider, I say this over and over again, you only need to be a couple of steps ahead of the person you're helping. You don't need to have it all worked out. You don't need to be perfect. You're allowed to have shitty days. You're allowed to still have limitations you're working through. It is all okay. We're all human, right? No one is perfect. No one reaches some sort of immaculate place where they are all worked out and everything's perfect. No, that doesn't happen. No one has that. So just know that you can show up as you in all of your imperfectness and still have the abundance you desire, right? Still have the money you desire now. So making that 10K seem normal. I mean, what are the stories you're telling yourself? Ask yourself, if you have a desire to get to 10K, ask yourself, what are the stories that you're telling yourself about why you can't have that now, right? What are the stories? And use that word. It's that the only stories, they are not a truth. They are not a truth, right? And I'm sure you'll come up with things that are like, I don't feel like I'm experienced enough yet, or I don't feel like I don't have a website yet, or I feel I need to, I don't know, do some other fancy program, or, I need to learn more about marketing, or they're all stories. They're all stories. And when you choose to let go of them, your abundance will flow, I promise. Now, this is huge, this next thing, right? So one of the massive things, I mean, this is ultimately it, right? One of the massive things that blocks your flow of abundance is your focus on what you don't want, right? Your focus on what is unwanted. So if you want more money to flow into your life, if you want money to be easy and abundance to flow, and you are focusing on, if you spend your time, your energy, your emotion focusing on, oh my God, I'm poor, there's no money in my bank account, there are so many bills, why aren't people paying me, where are my clients, why aren't I making money, why aren't I making sales? If that's where you're focused, right, all of that stuff, then that is where your energy is going, and that is what you're creating more of. So I know you've got bills to pay, I know that you have a financial reality right now, but you need to disconnect from that emotionally, and you need to stop focusing your energy there. The only way ever to shift your flow of abundance and money is to shift your focus. It is to shift your focus into what you want that to look like, how you want that to feel. And so spend some time. Journaling is a great way. Like, what is that vision? What would you like to be creating? What would you like to be earning? Write it all down and feel into it. One of the things I give my clients is a visualization meditation to help them really feel into the energy of having that now. So the more you focus your emotions and your energy on what you want, the more your subconscious mind, universal energies will pull you towards it, right? So I'm sure you've heard the saying, where focus goes, energy flows, right? You might think you are focusing on what you want, but if you're focusing on signing clients and you're constantly looking at the lack of them, constantly frustrated, constantly worried, constantly feeling deflated because people haven't said yes to you, then you are focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on the lack, right? You're focusing on the lack of it, and you will bring more lack of it into your life. So you need to shift the energy so that when you think about signing clients or making more money, you actually feel excited. You feel this buzz because you know that it is coming. You know that it is yours. You're excited to create it. You stop looking for the evidence of it coming, and you trust that it is coming, right? Like, I've had a massive energy shift myself in the last 4 or 5 days, and I've had 3 women reach out to me and just go, hey, out of the blue, going, hey, I want to work with you, right? So when you shift your energy, you release the how and you focus on what you want, things come to you. Things come to you, right? You are magnetic. You are magnetic always. Whether you are focusing on what you don't want or you do want, you are always magnetic. So if you think that one day you'll sort yourself out and focus more, you'll do some more mindset work or focus more on manifestation or what you want. One day you'll get around to that. You are attracting, you are magnetic all day, every day. Your thoughts, your feelings create your reality. So when you focus on money flowing and you feel good about it and you know that it's coming, then you create. And I just saw Amanda just popped a comment. We did a vibrational alignment sort of releasing session yesterday, and she released a lot of stuff, right? A lot of these sort of things that I'm talking about, right? She released a lot of these things, and her goal was 3 clients in the next month, and she signed 1 today. Like, shit happens quickly when you clear the blocks that hold you back. So excited for you, lovely. It's so cool. So what are my other things? So yeah, it's focusing all your energy on what you want, not what you don't want, right? And one of the other big things is people put their goals or their desires on this sort of pedestal, and they place it outside of themselves. So like I said, if you've got a big money goal, or you're thinking about the future of what you want to create, and you put it on a pedestal. Like when I talk to some women, some new clients, that they're excited, like, yeah, I want to have make 6 figures or 7 figures, and they're excited about it, but they are keep pushing it out into the future. Like some women I connect with are like, oh yeah, eventually I want to go full time in my coaching business. I imagine that'll be in like 18 months time, right? They keep pushing it away from them. They put it up on a pedestal, like there's some magic thing they need to do or tick off or create before they can get there. And by putting your desire away from you, you keep pushing it further and further out into the future. The process I use with clients is bringing it forward, right? Creating a desire or a goal to have now, like in the next couple of weeks, like something that is close, bringing it to you so that you can then see what resistance stories are coming up. You can then see what resistance is there. And resistance is just these blocks we've been talking about so that you can release that, right? And when you do that, like I said, things happen so quickly. So, and this is actually, what was I listening to today? I was just listening this morning and it spoke about this and I loved it. And it talked exactly about this. So when you put your desire on a pedestal, like I said, you keep pushing it away from you. You make it feel outside of you. Now, if you think about, there's been something in your life that you have right now, right? There's where you are in your life right now. I promise that there was a version of you, whether it's a few months ago, a few years ago, whatever it was, that was going through some sort of crisis, some sort of really hard time, whether or not you'd lost a job or the end of a relationship or something had gone wrong, something hadn't worked out. And at the time when that was happening, right, you would have felt devastated and like, this is the worst thing ever, this is so hard, this is awful, right? When you're in the moment of things not working out, you have that sense of, this is the worst thing ever. But now, right, now being where you are now, if you got to talk to that younger version of you, what would you say? What are the things that you would say? You might say, it's totally okay. The end of this job is the best freaking thing that will ever happen to you. Or the end of this relationship, you are going to look back and love that this relationship ended because it's opening the door to the next thing, the abundance, the new love, the new business, the new job that is going to give you epic joy and happiness, right? There'll be something that you know now that you didn't then, that you could shed some insights and light to that younger version of you. And this is the thing. If you have a desire to have 10K months, 100K months, there is a version of you that already exists inside you that already has that now, right? There is a version of you, like it is you. It is no one else. It is just the more evolved version of you, right? So that person that already has the 10K months, the 100K months, she exists or he exists. That person exists inside you right now. And so by being able to tap into that future version of you, by showing up as that future version now, you create the momentum to attract that into your life. We always get what we are being, right? We don't get what we're saying, we get who we are being. So if you want to have 100K months or 10K months, whatever they are, you show up as that person now. You feel into that energy now. You ask yourself, what are the things that she would be doing? How would she be acting? How would she be showing up? And you do that now. You act as if now, right? And that is the energy that creates. Stop putting that big goal on a pedestal away from you, because when you do that, you keep it pushed out into the future. Bring it close, bring it to you now, or bring the next step closer to you now and line up with that. Like if you're at 2K months, I don't expect that you can align with 100K months next week. But, if you're at 2K months, you might easily be able to align with a 5K month. And then from a 5K month, you might be able to align easily with a 10K month, right? So it's small steps, but by pulling it close to you and knowing that you can have that next step now, lining up with it, feeling into the energy, you bring it to you and create it, right? So the block of flow and abundance, it's just your bullshit stories that you're telling yourself about why you can't have it. So sit down with it, journal on it, whatever it is you're wanting to create. Ask yourself, what are the stories you're telling yourself about why you can't have that now? What are the beliefs? What are the stories? What is that resistance that you have about why you can't have it now? And when you choose to let that go, and it's a choice, it will come, right? It will be there. And maybe what might come up is I was brought up to believe, right? A lot of people think that their past defines them. And while all of your core beliefs actually were established before the age of 7, when you're still living in this sort of unconscious state, so there's 0 to 7 years, or when our core beliefs are really fundamentally established. Even though your core beliefs were established then, even though a lot of your core beliefs you did learn from your parents or grandparents or those around you, it doesn't mean you can't choose a new one, right? I watched my dad always work so hard for what he had. And it wasn't that he had a lot. We always got by. We always did okay. But he always worked hard. And so my belief or my story that I was telling myself for so many years was not that I had to work hard to be wealthy, because I didn't even believe I could be wealthy, was that I had to work hard to get by. I had to work hard just to have enough. Does that make sense? So even though no matter where I was in my income, I still never had surplus money. I didn't have money in the bank because my belief was that I had to work hard to get by. And so as my income rose, I just spent the money, right? Because I just had this belief that I was just going to get by. I never saw myself as being wealthy, right? And I can see that that's a story or a pattern or a belief that I did get from where I grew up, how I grew up. But it's not a matter of blaming your parents. It's not a matter of saying because I grew up in poverty and because my parents always said this, that has to be my reality. You get to choose your reality. You get to choose it. You get to identify, okay, that's the belief. That's a story that I was sold. That's what I was told. And yes, that's one of the core beliefs I've got running, but you can choose to release it. Beliefs are just thoughts. They are just thoughts that you keep telling yourself. And you can choose to focus on a new one. You can choose every day to wake up and go, that bullshit story that I just have to work hard to get by, that's crap, and I'm going to release that, and I'm going to choose a new belief that money and success flows easily to me, and I can have an abundance always. And when you choose it and when you focus on it, it will become your reality. So I hope that's been helpful. I was so excited to come on today because I was feeling super pumped today about just the epic morning I had with the beautiful clients that I'm working with and the results they're getting. And like I said, I've got the Quantum Expansion 8-week group program running now. We're in the second week, so we're just about to do the 4th training on Friday. So if you're thinking about joining, now is the time to do it. It's not too many lessons to catch up on. You are going to have epic transformations. Like I said, I'm sharing everything that I go through with my one-on-one clients. It's going to be so powerful. I'm so excited for the women in it. So if you're someone who's any sort of online business, really any business where you are struggling to make sales, you are struggling to find your purpose, you are struggling to really connect with your worthiness and your value, and you are not getting the results you want, then this course is going to teach you to come back to your truth, come back to your innate value and worth, learn to trust your intuition and your guidance, learn to understand and identify your own resistance so that you can release it daily, so that you can powerfully manifest what you want, right? What you want. Like I said, with Amanda, who I did a call with yesterday, we did the vibrational alignment process. She got part of her desire in 24 hours. Like, things happen quickly when you release the resistance and the blocks. And I'm so excited for the women that are in this. So if you are interested, message me directly, just reach out, because this is really probably the last couple of days where you'd want to sign up. Any later than that, and you're going to miss. There's going to be too much content to catch up on. For anyone who's thinking about doing and like waiting till the next time, I'm not sure that I'm going to do it again. So this is the thing, right? Is that because I trust my intuition and guidance, I am always evolving. I'm always expanding. I will always do a group program, I'm sure, but I don't know if it will be in this format. It certainly won't be for this price. So it's $997 for 8 weeks, or there's a payment plan. So if you have any questions, reach out, ladies. Now is the time. And I hope you're all having an amazing, amazing day. And I'm so excited to chat again soon. Bye for now.